welcome to the Ashland High School swimming and diving teams meet here on Wednesday, January 30th at Keefe Tech. Today, Ashland faces off against Dover-Sherborn in what is sure to be a thriller. And tonight is senior night for the Ashland team. So we have 5 seniors on this team. I'm Todd Carter, bringing you tonight's match along with Ronna Grasberger, and she will be here shortly. Our 5 seniors on the Ashland team are Beverly Breon, Pratik Kamdidiwan, Emily Pepper, Vanya Lukashev, and Michelle Grasberger, who of course is the daughter of Rhonda Grasberger, who will be announcing with me tonight. Beverly Breon has enjoyed her 4 years on the Ashland swim team. Her favorite events are the 100 freestyle and the 200-yard individual medley. She's planning on swimming in college and double majoring in computer science and math. As for Pratik Kamdidiwan, he has had so much fun over the last 4 years on the Ashland swim team. He loves to swim the 100-yard backstroke and will be studying aerospace engineering in college. Good luck to him. Definitely a hard field there, but he is a smart young lad and he will do quite well. Emily Pepper has enjoyed swimming for the last 4 years on the Ashland swim team, and her favorite event is the 100-yard freestyle, and she is planning on majoring in business in college. Vanya Lukashev has had a memorable 4 years on the swim team. His favorite event is the 100-yard freestyle, and he will be majoring in psychology at UMass Amherst. And finally, Michelle Grasberger, her past 4 years on the swim team has been an amazing experience for her. She will be majoring in business in college and loves swimming in the 50-yard freestyle. Again, good luck to all these seniors as they move on. It seems like all of them are going to college, and again, good luck to all of them, and we will begin our meet shortly.
Todd, I didn't. Have we had an opportunity to say hello to Ashley Cable and the viewers?
Hello, Ashlyn Cable and all our viewers out there. I'm Todd Carter, and
I'm Rhonda Grassberger.
And we're here tonight for the Ashland High School swimming and diving teams meet against Dover-Sherborn.
Woo! And it's senior night also for our 5 Ashland High School seniors, and we'll be looking forward to some fun later on celebrating that. Our first event that's coming up really quickly here is the 200 medley relay. Closest lane to us is lane 1. Our competition lanes this evening will be lane 2, 4, and 6 for Ashland High School. As you know, the first heat of every event is the point heat, the varsity heat, and we'll be talking about points a little later on. I want to get to the names of the athletes. The 200 medley relay, lane 2, we're going to have Sam Govan, Vanya Lukashev, Jake Pearson, and Emily Pepper. Lane 4, Alex Pexey, Jack Emberley, Philip Nokolov, and Michelle Grassberger. Lane 6, we'll have Pratit, Kat Minavwan, Algis Priton, and Trey, Adrian, and Cece Govan. So lanes 2, 4, and 6, we're cheering on in our first event of the evening. And the relays score 8-4-2 for first, second, and third.
And it looks like we're going to be in for an entertaining meet today. Here we have many of our athletes here today going to states, going to
sectionals and states. A lot on the boys team. And there goes our backstroke leg of the medley relay. And in lane 2, as I say, Sam Govan, lane 4, Alex, and lane 4, Petit, going out very strong in the backstroke. We're at a disadvantage for this meet, Todd, because everyone's wearing a blue bathing suit. So for viewers, once again, lane closest to us is going to be Dover-Sherborn, and then lane 3 and lane 5 are Dover-Sherborn. We'll be in 2, 4, and 6. And looks like we got the lead in our first leg and for both relays in lane 2 and 4. And lane 6 looks great too.
It looks like Ashland is taking a large lead in lane 4.
And our breaststroker in lane 4 is Jack Emberley. Philip has a great start. He's about to take off for the butterfly. Watch him underwater. He has to make sure he doesn't go to that pink marker on the side of the pool. You get disqualified for staying underwater for the whole lap. Great underwater, and there we go. Philip, Jake, and Trey are in the water for Ashland. Last leg, we've got Emily Pepper, lane 2. We have Michelle Grassberger, lane 4. And we have Cece Govan in lane 6.
And barring a miracle, looks like Ashland will take the first place in lane 4.
About a 149. We're happy to get those points. Todd, you think we got first and third there?
First and third.
So 10 points for Ashland and 4 for Dover-Sherborn. That's before we know the results, if there's ever a disqualification or a judge's ruling. That's why during certain points of the meet, if we do hear the score announced officially, we'll compare, make sure we're being accurate going along here. There is a heat 2 of the medley relay. We will have lane 2, Rachel Bear, Elena Baragliano, Elena Nuvrebekova, Bridget McSweeney, and then lane 4, Ben Pepper, Emma Landry, Elise Reep, Nat Noel. And lane 6, Josh Landry, Julia Gillis, Ellie McSweeney, and Dhruv Chug. And because I'm so terrible with last names, I'll do first names from here on out, and that way I will not make multiple mistakes.
It's not a WACA broadcast without some butchering of last names. I've announced many a basketball and football game, and my goodness, it never gets old, some of the last names you see.
So this heat 2, even though it's not score for tonight's meet, It's definitely all the splits count and the times count going forward into seeding for league championships, which are this Sunday here at Keefe Tech. And then anyone who qualifies for sectionals and individual events, it doesn't have to be the first heat. It'll still count. Nice starts for Rachel, Ben, and Josh. Josh Landry and Emma Landry are our divers as well as Vanya Lukashev's younger brother. So our 3 dive team there are also crossovers into swimming. Talk about putting a lot of effort into a meet. They'll be in all kinds of events tonight.
There's some very talented athletes here at Keefe Tech tonight.
Josh, this is a Todd. This is our biggest team in the 11 years that we've had the Ashland High School swim and dive team. 38 athletes, swimmers and divers, and as well the depth of having athletes that can swim all of the strokes. In the past, we haven't had so many kids that could step up and swim the butterfly, the breaststroke, the IM. So it's really a great point in time for Ashland High swimming and diving.
And it has certainly shown up throughout their season as it appears that they have been fairly dominant.
So far, they're undefeated in the Tri-Valley League. Tonight is our last swim meet competition. There will be individual events on Sunday. The Tri-Valley League meet is for individuals and the total team scores. We've always shied away from winning. We hope tonight is the first, we hope this Sunday will be the first time to achieve that exciting plateau.
And as we say that, it looks like Ashland will finish first, second,
in the fly
and
leg,
third.
the fly leg of the relays, and with the freestyle, no, but you're right on, Todd.
Leading.
This shows the depth of our relays, that we have that many breaststrokers, flyers, and that freestylers and backstrokers are strong enough to win this second heat. They look great. We're seeing Bridget McSweeney, Nat, and Drew finish up here. And 2:16, 2:17 is the relay times. Excellent. Well, our first individual event for the evening is coming up. It's the 200 freestyle. That's 8 lengths of the pool. Lane 2 will have Sam Govan. Lane 4 will have Alex Pexey. And in lane 6 we'll have senior Emily Pepper.
Emily Pepper is one of 5 seniors here tonight. Again, tonight is senior night, and your seniors on the Ashland swim and dive team are Beverly Brion, Prateep Kandidiwan, Emily Pepper, Vanya Lukashev, and Michelle Grasberger.
On the individual events, as this 200 freestyle is, the scoring's different. Individual scoring, it goes 6 points for first place, 4 points for second, 3 points for third, 2 points for fourth, and 1 point for fifth. Also, maybe mention to our viewers that we are a winter season swim team that's co-ed. For until this final evening, all of our dual meets are co-ed. Boys and girls compete together and against one another. So as you see off the block, we've got Sam, Alex, and Emily. You see Alex and Sam taking an early lead. Since the male and female swimmers swim together, oftentimes the male athletes do win in the dual meet competitions. But as you see, the female in Dover-Sherborn in lane 3 could quite well make sectionals or states. She could be very, very fast individually as a female contender. But it's really hard up to this point in the dual meet season to compete against the boys. Sam's younger sister's on the team, Cece Govan, and Alex Pexey's younger sister, Abby, we're looking forward to having on the team next year. And a lot of you may remember Johnny Pexey, who graduated last year and was the captain, and 2 years before that, Jacqueline Pexey, who was also a captain and did quite well. She's a senior at Ithaca College swimming this year.
Yes. Went to Ashland High School together.
Yeah, same graduating class as you, Tom?
Yes, same graduating class.
I forget. And I heard it's been a big year for you.
Yes.
Ashland viewers.
Big year for me. I got engaged in May, the end of May.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is the lucky girl an Ashlander?
The lucky girl is an Ashlander, Victoria Wilder.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
That's magnificent. Well, we've got Alex coming in 1:57. Fantastic, really good time, clearing first place. And 6 points there. Looks like Sam came in second. 4 points there. And we might get fifth. Looks like they're going to get third, fourth, round 2:18. And fifth, Emily looks very nice, coming in smooth at a 2:24 or so. Excellent, bringing in another point. So 21 points for Ashland, and looks like 9 points for Dover-Sherborn. There is a second heat. The athletes in the second heat of the 200 freestyle, 8 lengths of the pool again, are Sophia Kriegsman, Ben Pepper, and Drew. And Ben is the younger brother of Emily Pepper, and he's had quite a good season, improving his back in freestyle. Sophia is a year-round swimmer, I recall. Very good, consistent in all strokes.
And that's one of the great things about the AHS swim and dive team, is there are so many siblings that come through and go through this program. It's fantastic to see, because you'll recognize last names year to year.
You know, I'd love to add to that, because we've got the Thorners, we've got obviously the Emberleys, we've got Goose, we have Lukashevs, her family, the Rice family, we've got, oh goodness, so many Peppers. Okay. So this heat is an exciting heat for placement at leagues, as well as best times for all of these athletes. And 200 free is kind of a hard event if you're not a year-round swimmer. 8 lengths of the pool is hard to pace. It's not an all-out sprint, but you know you want to keep a strong kick, because you can probably endure that for 8 laps, but maybe not a quick turnover in your arms. They're out pretty fast. Todd, I have to say that my daughter, who's a senior, some of her best friends in the whole world have shown up and are sitting over in that little corner there. So I hope we can embarrass them and get them on.
Yeah, we will definitely get them on. They were holding some head cutouts for us earlier, which was fantastic.
Well, and we've got our class president down there, Andrew Dunn, who goes to a lot of sport events and cheers on teams. I know that the wrestling group of guys are not here tonight, but they're also good friends of Ashland swimming and diving. I think they're wrestling against Framingham tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Might be just across the hall.
Could very well be.
Yeah. So here we are, 6 lengths, 2 more to go of the 200 freestyle. And this is a little bit toward that comment I made. It's hard to pace this race. You get the adrenaline rush. It's late in the day on a school day, and it's really hard to save energy for those last 2 laps. Some of them you'll see picking up. They'll see the end and then they pick up their stroke. And there he goes, coming into the wall, 220. Lane 3 is Dover-Sherborn. Lane 2 is Sophia, 228. That's excellent time. And Ben Pepper's coming in soon with Drew nearby, 230s. Good times. Up next is what I think is the hardest event. 200 IM. That's 2 links to the pool of each stroke. Different than the medley relay, where the first swimmer on the relay gets in the water and does the backstroke. Since it's the IM, it begins off the block. So it'll be 2 laps of butterfly, 2 laps of backstroke, 2 laps of breaststroke, and 2 laps of freestyle. There are many ways you can get disqualified in this event. One-hand touches for butterfly or breaststroke, separating your arms. I mean, there's dozens of ways. I see Bev Brion, our senior, in lane 6, trying to qualify for sectionals tonight in a tech suit. She looks fantastic, and she deserves this. She trains year-round, excellent swimmer, beautiful strokes, tremendous discipline. She's a captain on the team this year. We've got Philip Nikolov, who I mentioned earlier, has amazing starts and walls, turns, so watches underwater power in his swimming. He does more distance per stroke than any athlete on the team, I believe. And then we've got Jake Pearson, who's also a year-round swimmer. All 3 of these athletes are, to show you how difficult the 200 IM is. Jake Pearson in lane 2.
So many of these athletes definitely dedicated to their craft. We'll hope here that we don't see any disqualifications.
You know, Todd, I'd love to think my eyes were that good, but from here it's almost impossible to see. Philip's got some competition. There's a Minnesota's, yeah, Philip and Jake have someone right in between. I hope that makes a good pace for them. There, they just nipped him, but if this gentleman is a breaststroker, he might be able to sneak up.
And who did you say again was in lane 4?
Lane 4, Philip Nikolov.
Philip Nikolov doing fantastic, taking the lead right now, but he needs to watch out. He's come very close to the line. He can't stay underwater so long.
Oh, right, to go 15 yards at the 25.
Yeah, I believe you said there's a pink strip somewhere.
Yeah, see that little fluorescent thing? It looks about 6 inches in the gutter. It's resting in the gutter.
Oh, yes. So he's come
10 yards from the wall.
He's come close to that line many times.
Philip looks great in his breaststroke, still looking strong. Jake in there too, and we got to look over. Very close is Bev. She's got a young man she's competing with right there, so I have a feeling her pace is very high, close to sectionals. And what we would want Bev to swim, let me glance at, is ideal is a 227.67. Oh gosh, I think she can do it. She have to pull off about a 32-second 50 free. Go, 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 go. And Philip's gonna come in first. Definitely. And look at Bev in her freestyle leg. She wants it. Okay, so there we scored a nice 6 points, and then we're gonna get second with Jake's excellent effort. And Bev sprinting home. 23, she needs a 27, 25, 26, 27. Oh, breathtakingly close. I think just missed sectionals. I hope I'm wrong. Within less than a second of making sectionals. She can do it again on Sunday at League Champs. But since she's right a breath away, for sure she'll do it. So she brought us extra points, and I didn't notice, Todd, was that 4th that she got? So we brought us 2 more points, so I think that's so. 12. I think we're at 33 points, and I think that they brought in 4 points. So I think we're already taking a commanding lead. Next event's 50 freestyle. Peter Lukashev in lane 2. His younger brother Vanya, our senior. And Alex Gu is in lane 4. Roger Gu is swimming for Tufts freestyler. He's 17-second 50 freestyle. He's ranked in the United States for his speed. He's extraordinarily fast. And then we've got Michelle Grasbacher, my daughter, in lane 6. And Michelle has not made states in this, so I know she'd like to do a 25 anything, 25 point anything. States is a 26 flat.
26 flat, so we'll be looking out for that. And she has been on the swim and dive team for all 4 years, correct?
Yeah. I find that across the board, a lot of loyalty to the program. People that start as freshmen often stay till they're seniors. Oh, a lot of wake. A lot of very, very fast male swimmers. And see the wake in the water. Oh, look, there's a very fast girl in lane 3, Dover-Sherborn, out sprinting Shelley. Doing a 25, Shelley 26. That was a hard one to call. I think we got first and second and 6th or something.
I believe we got first, second. I thought we might have gotten 5th.
Close call, but
it was very close.
Shelley would probably be a little disappointed there. But the guys were out there, and I didn't get the first split. We do have a second heat of 50. Oh, we have 3 heats of 50 free, which is great. Gives us lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities for kids to do their best time tonight.
Yep.
And hopefully qualify for sectionals. So in this heat too, we've got Julia Gillis in lane 2. We've got Elena Fataglino in lane 4 and Mariana de Oliveira.
I believe she had a brother, Renan.
Oh, really?
Oliveira. I don't know if he was on the team or not, but I believe they worked down at the wine store over by Marathon Deli.
Within this heat, we also have Julia Gillis, whose brother was track and wrestling, and
Yes.
younger brothers on the wrestling team now, I think, as well.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hush-hush from the crowd. I wonder if the scoring was hard on that, probably close to.
Let's go lane 4.
Okay, there we go. Heat 2, Julia, Elena, and Mariana. Julia's been right at 30. I'd love to see a 29 here. There's a nice wall. Elena looks great too. These flip turns, the dives and flips on these sprint races are so important.
They can definitely make or break your time.
It's right around low 30. Oh, I hope some 29s got in there. I don't like to go by my watch because I'm way up here. The timers are down on the deck and you can see the blink of the starting. So for heat 3, we've got Abby Hersham. We've got Carly Watt. Abby's in lane 2, Carly's in lane 4. I know Jack Emberley's also an employee at Ashley Cable, or a volunteer.
Yes, he is. He's an employee of ours.
Oh, now he's just stepped away as I mentioned his name, but he wears the signature cowboy hat on deck, and we like his character, and he's got great, great team support. He'll be in the distance freestyle events later on.
I know he's a year-round swimmer.
Yes, for Shawmut, Crimson Club. So here we go with third heat. Let's go, Abby. Let's go, Carly. We've got some nice strong kicks off the wall. Go, go, go. And actually, okay, they finished.
So Dover-Sherborn with the first and third place, or first and second. Ashland with the third.
Okay, nice job. Well, Todd, believe it or not, this is the beginning of our diving section. We'll have Peter Lukashev diving tonight, Emma Landry, and Josh Landry. And if you want, I can talk a little bit about diving basics. I haven't mentioned our coaches yet. Obviously, our varsity coach, our head coach, Ann Meisner, has been with us for oh gosh, almost 6 years now. And she's been the high school assistant coach for Natick, and she's been a TVL Coach of the Year 3 times. She's USA Swimming registered member of all kinds of organizations. She was a Providence College graduate, special and elementary ed, and she works with the Eli Fund as a patient service coordinator. She has 2 boys and her husband. They live in Natick. We've got an assistant coach, Katie Lazzotti, who's been a terrific assistant coach. We're lucky to have her back this year. And Heather Keaveney is our diving coach. She's returning for her 9th season now as the Ashland High School swimming and diving coach. She was a Holy Cross Division I Holy Cross record holder in the 1 and 3 meters. So the cheers are beginning to build, and so Heather will have her 3 athletes this evening. Each athlete does 6 dives. It's a rotation. It's a quiet period of about 20 minutes where we rotate. I don't know how many, maybe 3 divers from Dover-Sherborn, or it might be 4. Diving basics. Dives include 5 groups: a forward, a back, a reverse, an inward, and a twist. Each dive has a number. The number's read before the dive. The number indicates which dive is being performed. Then the positions are the letter. It's going to be straight, pike, tuck, or free. The last number indicates how many rotations are in the dive. So for instance, a 1 is a 1 somersault, a 2 or a 1.5, or 3 is a double, and 4 and so on. Therefore, a forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position is number 103C. Okay, that's a lot of detail. Judging is scored by 2 or 3 judges, and it looks like we might have 3 judges tonight. They average out those scores per dive and multiply it by the degree of difficulty. I won't be doing that while we're watching. But Todd is going to make sure that we hear what the judges score the dive as. It's scored from 1 to 10. If the degree of difficulty is higher, if they get all 5s, then they'll end up with a much higher score than if the degree of difficulty is low and they get all 6s. So degree of difficulty is very significant, and that could range from about a 1.3 to like a 2.7. And unlike swimming races, where once one swim qualifies you, divers have to do 2 times qualify for point totals, and the dives have to qualify in specific dives. They cannot qualify in their favorite dives. They have to do a whole variety of dives, not just forward. It has to be backward, and it has to be somersaults, and it has to be twists. And so that also adds the difficulty. Also part of the scoring is going to be their control as they do the dive, believe it or not, being close to the dive, being close to the diving board, not creating much of a splash, and a sense of completeness, having your arms close to your body, makes up for a higher score. So hopefully we'll see some of those details as we see them go through their dives. And I'm gonna...
It is certainly an art form. The art of the dive.
It truly is. So here I have, was that a warm-up dive or is that an official dive?
I believe it was a warm-up dive.
Yes, because the judges aren't sitting yet. So maybe there's still warm-ups going on.
I believe they're giving almost every diver an opportunity to test out the board.
Also, the pool temperature can really be an influence on their comfort and flexibility. As you see those little black buckets with the towels, they keep dipping them into warm water to try and stay warm because the chill from the door sometimes tightens their muscles and makes it hard to concentrate.
That is certainly something to be wary of tonight, getting down to about 2 degrees from what I understand. So the wind chill coming from the outside really can cause them to tense up. And I know that the locker rooms, I believe, have an access door to outside.
Yeah, they do. So if you're still filming, this is the warm-up, but here we have Emma Landry. She's a third-year diver for the team. Her high score this season has been 167 points, which takes 180 2 times to make sectionals. I think there's still time to do that tonight and Sunday. So we'll absolutely hope that can happen for her. She's also a very talented swimmer and has been able to improve her 50 breast and 100 breast. She also runs cross country for Ocean High. Peter Lukashev, he's a sophomore, second-year diver for the team. He qualified for sectionals and has made 1 state qualifying score. 2 are needed. He also has time. His high score has been 206.45. Thank you, Heather, Coach Heather, for giving me this information because I'm really happy to see that they are so close to making states, both of them. Josh Landry, who's only first-year driver, freshman, younger sibling of Emma Landry. He scored his personal best, 155, against Framingham on January 18th. And he's come along very quickly with new dives. And he swims competitively also outside of high school. Heather mentioned his best dive so far is the forward 1.5 and a reverse flip.
So that'll be a rising star to check out for the years to come.
Absolutely.
For this swim and dive team.
This is nice. Heather gave us a little bit of information on 2 of the Dover-Sherborn divers. One is a male and one's a female. So we might be able to identify them if there's only 2. Senior Zach Lawrence, who's a team captain, and he broke the TVL record last season with 6 dives at 3:51. He will dive for Tufts next year. And he competes with Boston area diving. So he also swims the 100 fly. So Zach is their male diver. And then their female diver for Dover-Sherborn is Katie Hennessy. She finished 24th at states, 20th at sectionals last year. She dove for club diving, ZAP. So they have Katie and Zach. We have Peter, Josh, and Emma.
Crowd goes silent as we prepare for the first dive.
So Josh's scores were... Did you hear them, Todd?
4, 5, and 6, 5.
4, 5, and 6.
Four, 6, 7, 6.5.
That was their
There.
key. Here's our athlete, Emma. What did-
4, 7.5, 6, 7.
7.5, 6, 7. That's excellent. That's very high scores for inward dive, pike, 1.5 degree difficulty. This looks like their diver, Zach.
Four, 7, 8, 7.5.
7, 8, 7.5.
And as we are discussing this, a little warning popped up. There's an emergency alert out for snow squalls.
Snow squall.
Yeah, so
Good grief. Huh.
yeah, so I was saying before
Jeez.
that it is cold outside.
Darn it. I hope that doesn't make this window get covered with snow. There we had
4,
Lucas
7,
Shove.
and that was 4, 7.5, and then I believe they said 5, 5. But I was not sure.
So
on the
the
end there.
score is like a 7, a 6, and a 7. Those will be 3. Okay. Make sure I'm hearing right. So 5, 5, 5?
5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
Yeah, it's 4, 5, 5,
No,
5.
no, the 4 is score.
Oh, the 4 score.
We both have these big bulky headsets. Okay, now we're back to Katie from Dover-Sherborn.
Six, 7, 6.5.
6.
Now eliminating that. I was just repeating what I heard before. If you all can't tell at home, I'm new to this.
Here we've got Emma back. Come on, Emma. Inward, 1 somersault, tuck. 1.6 degree of difficulty. It's a high degree of difficulty. Did you-
5.5, 6, 5.5.
Thank you. Good job on a hard dive. Here we have this diver Zach from Dover-Sherborn, and as I say, he was the TVL record holder this season. Ooh, my lord.
I had a hard time hearing.
I'm
I thought it was a 2, 3, and a 1.7.
Okay, so he did get a score. Sometimes they'll call it an incomplete dive, and there's
I
no
believe
score.
they might have said it was a
Okay.
complete dive.
Here we go with Peter.
They might have been announcing this dive and what it was.
Oh, okay.
The number.
Good scores for Peter.
6.5, 6.5.
Yep. So back to Josh. Back dive, single, 1.7.
4.5, 5, and 4.5.
Back to their athlete, Katie.
5.5, 6, 5.5.
And MS back. Nice. Oh, that looked really good.
Five, 5.5, 5.
Okay.
It was very minimal splash on that
Yeah,
dive.
that was a clean dive. I'm sure that felt great. They seem to know right away, the athletes. You can tell
Yeah.
with their eye contact and conversations with Heather, whether they're like psyched or like.
Five and a half, 5.5, 7.5.
Wow, that degree of difficulty looked tremendous. At least 3 somersaults, wasn't it? 3 somersaults.
I think so.
Here we have our Peter Lukashev, who, as I mentioned earlier, is trying to qualify for states for a second time to fully qualify this evening.
Four and a half, 5.5, 5, I
Okay.
believe is what they said.
Josh is back. First season of diving and doing an amazing job.
Four and a halfs across the board.
Okay.
It looks like they're giving the board some more flexibility on this
Yes,
dive.
you can change the tension on the board if you want more bounce.
That was a fantastic looking dive.
That was a beautiful dive.
5.5, 7, 6.5.
So Emma's back. Wow.
5, 6.5, 5.
Excellent. Here's the TVL record holder again, Dover-Sherborn team, Zach. Beautiful. Wow, to get sevens with such a high degree of difficulty.
7.5, 7.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic dive.
here we have Peter Lukashev back.
Six, 6.5, 5.
Good job.
Five and a half, five.
Okay, good job. Is this the 5th dive or the 6th? I think we're on the 5th.
I think we're on the 5th.
They're bringing out a nice warm bucket for their towels.
Yep.
Nice. 6.5.
6.5
all the way
across the board.
Wow. Come on, Emma. Nice. Yeah, that's her 5th dive, back dive.
I'd like to point out that the soles of her feet were off the board as she made that dive.
Oh.
So she started with her soles almost off the...
Wow. Wow, again with these high degrees of
7.5.
difficulty, even with his one botched dive, his score is going to be spectacular.
Yeah.
It is scored as a one event, the diving is scored, and the same team can only take the top 3 spots.
Wow.
Okay.
Slight mistiming.
Nice. Good job, Peter.
Peter Lukashev with an amazing looking dive.
Yeah, excellent.
5.5s across the board.
Across the board. That was a reverse 2 somersault tuck, 2.3 degree of difficulty. That was his hardest dive.
Wow. He pretty much nailed the... right it on the head.
So I think this is Josh's 6th dive. Nice. A reverse 1 somersault.
5s across the board.
5s across, excellent. Beautiful. 6.5, 6.6, Todd,
Yep,
for
6.5,
Katie.
6.6.
Okay, Dover-Sherborn diver. Now we're back to Emma. I think it's her 6th and final dive. This should be a forward, 2 somersaults, tuck, 2.2 degree of difficulty. This is a hard dive, her hardest dive of the day. Really hard. So close to extending on the end of that.
So that was not scored.
Yeah, it's tough. And this is the last dive for Zach from Dover-Sherborn.
Seven, 7, 8.
Wow, wow. I think it's cute how he swings his hair around after he comes up from the water. Okay, we've got our diver doing his last, Peter Lukashev doing his 6th dive for the evening.
Five and a half.
Excellent. Okay, that's a wrap for our divers, and we won't have a score for quite some time. They do the math, and then the judges have to compare their math to what they see as the results of the diving. But we do think that our divers did very well tonight, and congratulations to Peter and Emma and Josh, and hopefully they had their best diving overall scores tonight. All right, so we'll be moving back into the swim meet, I think after a brief warm-up, unless they're going to stage the senior moment for our 5 seniors. If it's a warm-up, we can close for a bit.
Yeah, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay, here we are coming back for the second part of the meet. Diving is completed, and warm-ups and seniors. And let me get you the event information here. We're in the 100 fly. This is quite a difficult event, Todd. We've got the 100 butterfly, that's 4 lengths of the pool fly. We've got lane 2 with Jake Pearson, lane 4, Alex Pexey, and lane 6, Elise Reed. And as I said, 4 lengths, butterfly. Technically in the butterfly, on the dolphin kick, you cannot separate your feet. That's a disqualification if you make it like a flutter kick. Your 2 arms have to come over exactly in sync. You can't stagger your 2 arms, and every wall has to be an exact 2-hand touch, synchronized. You can't have 1 hand touch and then the other. A lot of things you can get DQ'd for, which is why we're lucky to have the experienced athletes here that have a depth and an understanding of the stroke, so they can do it and not get disqualified.
It certainly is one of the hardest strokes in the sport.
You sound like you've tried it, Todd. Have you tried the 100 fly? Or just looking at it
in
looks
free
grueling.
time. In free time, I've tried it, and I have never been successful.
I see we just got first, second, and fifth, and that will give us a good chunk of points. We didn't hear an overall halfway score yet, did we?
Not yet.
No? Okay. So this next event's 100 free. In lane 2, we have Rev Brion, and our senior. In lane 4, we have Vanya, also senior. And in lane 6, we have Prateed, also senior.
So this is certainly the senior event. And will we be having multiple heats of this?
Yes, we're going to have 2 heats. And heat 2 will have Emily, Trey, and Matt Ducharme, which we haven't seen Matt in a solo event yet tonight. Matt is also a year-round swimmer. He's a sophomore. So a little pause before this heat 1 of the 4-length 100 freestyle relay event, individual event. I'm sorry, not event. Not sure what the delay is. Here we go. Okay, Bev's off to a nice start there off the block in lane 2. And as is Vanya, lane 4, and Petit in lane 6. Vanya's got a little competition, someone right behind his shoulder. Let's hope he keeps this excellent pace. And Bev's going out really fast. She's in 3rd place right now amongst 2 quite strong male athletes. She's going out fast enough to make sectionals. I hope this is her night. I hope this is the time she's going to do it. Vanya's keeping a strong lead. I do think he's going to grab this event, so I'm going to keep my eyes gazed on Bev and try and get her split, which I hope is going to be, let me grab the cheat sheet. We want Bev to do at least a 59.38. I think she's got it. Come on, Bev. Go, go, go. Vanya's in at a 52. I think Bev's going to do it. Right there, and I stopped my watch at a 58. I think she did it. We're going to quickly see because the coach is going to come over screaming. Yeah. Yeah, she did it. She made sectionals. 58 point something is what I got on my watch. Look at the coach. Pin in if you can, Todd. Coach Ann Meisner gives feedback to athletes and support, and she enjoys the happy moments as well.
This is definitely a happy moment for her, making sectionals here, and this is late in the season for them. Obviously, working very hard throughout the season with their training.
Yeah, so to qualify at this time is essential. They've been tired and they really haven't tapered yet. They'll taper after Sunday, Sunday being the TVL champs, and then now that she's made sectionals, she'll be heading off to MIT. Ashland High School Swimming and Diving sectionals will be for the girls Saturday, February 9th. The boys will be Sunday, February 10th. And the states will be at BU for girls Saturday, February 16th, and Sunday, February 17th. So here we go, heat 2. We've got Emily Pepper in lane 2, Trey in lane 4, and Matt in lane 6. Some really nice starts there, and I see Emily and I see Trey in the lead already. Come on, Ashland. Oh, and I see Matt there. Matt's right there. 2, 4, and 6. Our second heat of 100 freestyle looks great. All hit the wall well. Emily's in a great pace. Emily's time is about a 102, not too far to try and make sectionals, which is a 59. Love to see her do that tonight. And I see Trey giving his best. There they are. Trey in the lead still. Emily looks like she's barely in second over Matt. Neck and neck, hopefully they're looking at each other and pushing each other on. There we go, 101. Emily's right around a 102. Excellent, excellent. Matt right in there. Nice job. So that was the second heat of the 100 free. Now comes our longest event of the evening. There'll only be one heat of this event. It's the 500-yard freestyle. That's 20 lengths of the pool. As you see at the end of the pool, there'll be people with counters. The counters are to support the athlete. They're only the odd lengths of the swimming until the 19th lap. It's an orange square, and that cues them that that's it, you're heading home. Also, you'll hear the official will play the beeper tone on the second to last lap for the lead swimmer. So you'll hear a boop, 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 and that means that the lead swimmer has only 2 lengths left. This race usually takes between 5 and 7 minutes with these athletes. And it's very hard to pace. Rarely do athletes swim this event unless they're year-round swimmers. It's really hard to understand how to pace 7 minutes of all-out cardio or less. I think some of these gentlemen like Jack Eberly do about 5:08, 5:04 is what his best is. So speaking of Jack Emberley's in lane 4. We have lane 6, CC Govon, whose older brother is Sam Govon. In lane 2, we have Algis Pepton. And as we mentioned earlier, Jack works for Ashland Cable.
Yes, he does. Always love to see him over at the station.
Our Algis in lane 2, I'm checking my notes here, is a freshman, one of the freshman swimmers, and really happy to see her stepping up to swim this event. And we've got CC Govon, who is also a freshman. Jack is so well trained, being a year-round athlete, that he will swim this pace for 20 lengths. Anyone else that had this much of a kick and splash and body movement would probably not sustain for 20 lengths. But believe it or not, Jack is going to keep this pace up.
And as you say that, I am currently zooming out. I'm operating the camera as well as announcing with you tonight. I had to zoom out my camera because he's so far ahead that I'm trying to include all the athletes in my shot, and it's just so difficult with him taking this tremendous lead.
Okay, yes, and yes, and yes. And if he doesn't have the school record, he's very close to it. I'm not spotting. I know Craig Barrett was our last year, or was our former record holder, but I do think that 4:53.07 is our school record. And I'm not, I don't have the notes in front of me as to who holds that record, but I know that Jack's done a low 5 minute. But in tribute to the girl athletes that are out there right now, for a male athlete to qualify for sectionals in this event, a male athlete would need to go 5 minutes and 22 seconds. A female athlete would be expected to go 30 seconds slower to make sectionals, so 5:31. So about 30 seconds can be almost 2 lengths of the pool. So quite skilled swimmers that are female, that are within 2 lengths of the lead male swimmer, are also considered a top-notch varsity swimmer. And as you see, Cece just getting caught by Jack, but strongly pulling her weight for a freshman. But Jack's pace throughout really is unusually consistent, even for a year-round swimmer, to know how to attack this event and stay strong the whole time. I'm pretty sure Jack has already made his state and sectional cut for this event, and he'll be going on to MIT as well as BU and competing for Ashland. Jack in his USA swimming world is also quite good at the 1,000 free and the mile free. The 1,000 being 40 lengths and the mile being 66.
So certainly knows how to pace himself for events like these longer swims.
It makes me need a water break just watching these guys go up after it.
They are tremendous athletes, and this is one of the hardest parts of the match.
After this event, we only have a few more events to go, but right after this, we have a fun event to watch, and it's our 200 freestyle relay. And again, as we said earlier, I was kind of tabulating score along the way. I thought we had a significant lead. It looks like it's gotten a little closer. But in the freestyle relays, we have one more 200 free relay for varsity points. Then we have 2 individual events, and then we have our final free relay, and that's the whole meet. So the relay points are very important, and how our relay teams do in the next event and the final event will definitely guarantee us the win if we're so fortunate.
That is,
You heard the beep, right?
yep, the final beep.
And that
As
shows
I
Jack
zoom
is
in.
2 lengths away. Or 4 lengths away. No, right there, stopped. Okay, there we go. And he did about a 5:19. Not his fastest, but you know, he's training hard. He's not tapered yet. And for some of these athletes, if they're going to win the heat and get the varsity points, if they're not in a tech suit, they're not tapered, chances are they won't hit their best time tonight. Does look like we're going to come in first and third. First and still hard to tell. For the individual events, it's more about depth than the win because the score is 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So we need to place as many as we can. There we do. Second place goes to Algis. No, second place, lane 2. Excellent. Algis, and then Jack came in first, and Cece looks strong if she can come in. Well, their swimmer got third, but we
She'll come in fourth.
She just nailed 6:28, 6:29. Excellent time for a freshman. Very solid. So 2-4-6. We got first and third and fourth. Excellent. So those are great points. Okay, so now we've got some relays coming up, and the relays really, really matter. I say the points are 8, 4, and 2. So by getting first, you've done better than getting second and third. So we'll have our sprinters lined up for this. And let me share who they are. 200 free relay. Lane 2, Peter Lukashev, Pratit, Beverly, and Jack Emberley, who just did the 500 free, by the way. That's why he'll be going fourth.
Yep.
Lane 4, we've
some
got
time.
Vanya, Michelle, Alex, and Alex Pexey and Alex Goop. In lane 6, we've got Trey, Matt, Elena, and Ryan Kramer. We haven't seen Ryan Kramer in an individual event yet tonight, I don't think, so it would be fun to see him cap off the 4x50 free relay. He's a good, strong freestyler, also a good breaststroker. So let's hope we can go 1 or 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3 would be fantastic. It's a co-ed relay. So co-ed relays can't set you up for qualifying for states or sectionals, but on good news is our girls relay has been in some girl-only league, non-league meets, and they have already qualified for sectionals and states. Our female relays for Ashland High and our 200 relay and our 400 free relay. So a lot of athletes lining up here because there's 2 heats. Folks, the 2 Lukashevs are racing each other. Lane 2, we've got Peter. Lane 4, we have Vanya. It's been a fun contention this year because Vanya's been faster, older, and his brother, who's also been diving, has been within hundredths of seconds, even beating him at 1 or 2 dual meets. Great lead for the Lukashevs. Trey right in there. Okay, Shelly's off the block second. Trying her best. She got a good dive, at least. Keep in there. Go, 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 Shelly. And I see male athletes that we don't want to let sneak up on her. She's the only female on the relay, so she has to really give it her all to not lose any time. See the gentleman right next to her? Come on, Shelly, hang in there. Don't want them to catch. Okay, split. Nothing sad about that. At least she kept the lead. And now as their female athlete, if that's the girl that was in the 50 free that just touched out Michelle, we'll hope that she doesn't do even better than that. There goes our third swimmer, Alex Pexey's hanging in there. Excellent job. And our other relay, we've got Pratit. Good job. Kept the lead there. Nice dive for Alex. For Alex Gu. And this relay goes really fast. Less than 2 minutes to see all these swimmers do the 50. Looks like we're gonna touch in. Yay!
I believe
Great.
You said that was Alex Gu there at the end.
Yes, those points mattered. Getting first and third is excellent. We've got Jack Emberley just did the 500 and just tapped in again. Fantastic. Good job. And lane 6, all right. Nice finish there for Ryan Kramer.
So
And-
first, third, and fifth.
And although relays only top 3 score,
Yeah.
but
That's still good to note, though.
good places. Yeah, and
Good
so our
places.
second heat, we've got a whole nother field of athletes here in lane 2. We'll have Sophia, Rachel, Cece, and Elsie. Cece, who just swam the 500. So note, she just did 20 links, and now she's doing the 50 free in the relay. Lane 4, Ben Pepper, Emma Landry, Drew, and Josh Landry. It's a family relay. Lane 6, we've got Ellie McSweeney, Brooke Boulanger, Elena, and Bridget McSweeney. So 2 McSweeneys in the lane 6. Great relay practice for them for TVLs on Sunday. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but our meet is early in the morning.
So you'll be
We'll all
in
be
and
home.
out.
If we can keep our eyes open for the Super Bowl, we will be able to.
I know during the Kansas City game, I nearly had a heart attack.
It,
The Patriots can be a little frightening at
oh,
times.
sure.
They keep you on the edge of your seat.
Sure
It's
do.
never a boring game with them, especially during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then that morning is the pancake breakfast for Ashland High School Cluckers. Big fundraiser that supports monies to all the sports. It's great. That was a big.
So that's a good thing to do. You can go get some breakfast, maybe early in the morning, try and make it over to the
Keef Tag
TVLs.
for TVLs. Come on back.
And then you can go home and watch the Super Bowl
what a day.
with your family.
Oh. Shoot, they must have had problems with the starter to resort to using a whistle. So hard to not make a false start. When you're about to start on the block, you can't flinch. You have to be 100% still. And for a lot of people, it's nerves. It's not balance. She's a beautifully balanced athlete. It's nerves. It's hard to stand perfectly still when you're anxious to get off the block. Very nice swimming. There we got Sophia coming in second and Ben coming in first. Great job, both around 30 seconds. Ellie just finished right in there. We've got Rachel, Emma, and Brooke in the water now. And Cece about to get back up on the block after the 500 free. Cece will be in lane 2, and Drew in lane 4, and Alina in lane 6. And there they go. Drew looks great. So even though this is our heat 2, we shows depth in our freestyle relays. The fact that they're coming in first, second, and third in the second heat. Terrific. You can hear the water being churned by the flutter kick. And nice time there. Finishing athlete Josh Landry, who's been our diver as well. And we've got
First, second,
Elsie,
and third.
Bridget, and Josh. Fantastic. Great job, relays. Okay, we have 2 individual events left for the night and 1 final relay. The individual events, each one, there'll be 2 heats. First individual event that we're heading into is the 100 backstroke. Lane 2 will be Alex Gu. Lane 4 will be Sam Govan. And lane 6, Michelle Grassberger. This is 4 lengths of the pool. Swimmers start in the water. Hopefully they won't have to resort to a whistle again.
I know that's something that may throw the athletes off as well, especially if they're used to
hearing that electronic beep is so much louder than a handheld whistle. And chances are the whistler is not going to do it in the exact same pace as the take your mark beep. So these last few events, you start to see more of the athletes on each team rallying and cheering for every event. Especially for the last relay, you'll see a crowd build at the end. Yeah, whistle. Looks like pretty good starts for Michelle and Sam and Alex. Let's hope that they head in strong to the wall there. Dover-Sherborn has a nice athlete, lane 4. Sam's out in a 29. Ooh, those walls matter. They need good, strong walls, good, strong kicks. If Shelly hangs in there, we might get 1, 2, 3. I see Sam's got a nice lead with Alex. Oh, Shelly tinkering off a little bit.
It looks like Shelly's doing very well off the wall.
Sam and Alex are racing to the end. 59, 1 minute. Excellent job. And Shelly looks around a 105, 6, 106 maybe. Do you think she got touched out, Todd? 3rd or 4th? Not bad.
It might be 4th, but
competing against the guys.
Very close.
Got a terrific heat coming up here. 4 more athletes, all female this time. Lane 2, Brooke. Lane 4, Ellie. And lane 6, Rachel.
That'll be good to see.
And only 1 final heat, only 1 culminating heat. They haven't read the score, which means that one team might be far enough in the lead that they don't say it early on. So I'm guessing that we have an advantage because we did win the relays and whatnot. So, which is fun on senior night, but it is senior night for them too. So, and they've been a great team, certainly nice crowd. Seemed like a wonderful bunch of students there.
Ashland certainly has been dominant this year, though, and it comes to show during this meet. You see many first and thirds. We've had a couple first, second, and third place wins.
And it's also so fun with this meet to have this many people turn out. You know, to have a couple hundred people here cheering on is tremendously nice, as you mentioned earlier, to have these young people, although they look like they're rallying with exhaustion to be heading home. So heat 2 of the 100 back is Brooke, Ellie, and Rachel. There we go, whistle start again for whatever reason.
Student section cheering on.
Thank you. So this heat going well. Oh.
It looks like Ashlyn may have the opportunity for a first, second, and third.
Oh, sure. That's a terrific lead those girls have. Way to go, Brooke, Ellie, and Rachel. And if they're all training and competing with each other, it's only going to get better. Excellent. I think they're freshmen and sophomores. Great job. 113s, 112-13s. Nice. Next year, for sure, they'll be at sectionals. Sectionals for the back is a 107. Definitely within their reach. 2 more events left tonight. We've got the 100 breaststroke and 2 heats of that, and then we'll have the 4x100 free relay. For the 100 breaststroke, lane 2, we have Jack Emberley, lane 4, Philip Nikolov, and lane 6, Emma Landry. And again, for enjoyment, watch the start, the underwater pullout for Philip. In breaststroke now, you can do 1 dolphin kick with your underwater pullout, and so you'll see a big arm pull under the water, a glide, 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 and then a dolphin kick, and then he surfaces. You have to do it in that timing, in that order, you get disqualified.
It is certainly difficult.
Yeah, breaststroke's also one of the events. A lot of DQs if you don't do an exact 2-hand touch on the wall. Let's go, Jack, Philip, and Emma. Okay. See, Philip is still underwater. He's the last one to surface. And see how close he was to that little fluorescent marker on the gutter?
Yes.
So and it's a tight race. Looks like they have a strong athlete as well in lane 3. So our athletes are in 2 and 4. Theirs are in 3 and 5 that are so close in this race right now. I think they're 4 men, and as we have 2 strong women on the outside, lane 1 and lane 6 is our athlete. 6 is Emma Landry, also a diver. But once again, we have lane 2, Jack, lane 4, Philip. Looks like that 5 and free took a little bit out of Jack Emberley. It would take a little bit out of anyone. This isn't his best event, but he's quite good at it. There's Philip in a contention with the 2 Dover-Sherborn guys. Look with the best pullout right there. And the strength of those walls gives him the opportunity to make less full strokes, which gives you more energy at the end. And look at him, 105, 106, 106, 107, right in there. Gorgeous swim by Philip. He's already made states and sectionals, but what a nice effort he put in there to earn the first place points. Looks like we got 1st and 4th. Here we have the second heat of the 100 breaststroke. We have Sophia Kriegsman in lane 2, Ryan Kramer in lane 4, and Julia Gillis in lane 6. There's a little bit of a lull. The officials, it's the pace of the meet isn't quite as good.
Yep.
Depending on officials, sometimes they'll keep it sharper. Also, a condition could be the fact that the starter's not working, and that could be adding to some frustration.
Yeah, they might be going over to it after everyone, trying to see if it'll start working again.
Yeah. Right, to a hearing impaired athlete, since I have hearing issues, it's not good to not have the flash, the light. A lot of people go by the light, so to have it just be a whistle, it's an unfortunate situation. Okay, but focusing on the athletes, lane 2, Sophia, lane 4, Ryan, who's way out ahead, and lane 6, Julia Gillis, who's a sprint freestyler who looks great in the breaststroke. Yeah, Ryan's got a commanding lead here.
We see Ryan Kramer many times at the basketball games on Friday nights.
Is he a super fan?
He's a super fan. I believe that's the same Ryan Kramer. I knew there were 2 Ryan Kramers in Ashland at one point.
Boy, he just put in such an enormous effort for that. Just a few seconds off of sectionals. He can still do it on Sunday, but that looked like a great swim for him. And I'm happy to see Sophia and Julia not far behind at all. Nice racing. And now you're going to see our last athletes for the evening assembling in lane 2, 4, and 6 for the 4x100 free relay. 4 links to the pool for each swimmer. Lane 2, we have Peter, Lukashev, Jake, Emily Pepper, and Philip. Lane 4, we have Vanya, Sam, Beverly, and Alex. Lane 6, we have Trey, Algis, Bridget, and Prateek. Some of these athletes have already been in 2 relays, one relay and 2 individual events. You cannot swim more than 4 times in a meet. And so the swimmers that have already been in other relays cannot be in the last event.
So I want to make a correction for myself as well. That's the wrong Ryan Kramer. As soon as he took the cap off, I knew.
Oh, not a redhead?
Yeah.
Okay. And there is only one heat of this. This event will take about 4 or 5 minutes, and then they'll read the final score. Gauging on tonight and a lot of checking in with the officials will probably be about 5 minutes before they give that final. But it's been, what a fun night it's been. I appreciate being here with you, Todd. And I've enjoyed Allison's company in the past, but this has been fun. You seem to really have the spirit of the sport.
Yeah. It definitely has been enjoyable. I'm not super knowledgeable, but it has been excellent to get to learn everything from you. You've been very informative. And I'm sure the fans who may be watching the sport for the first time certainly appreciate that.
I see a great start for Peter in lane 2, Vanya in lane 4. These are the brothers going against each other, like we said earlier. Although relay order may have changed. I'm looking at the names on my seed sheet, but it doesn't look like the swimming technique I see in the water. I don't think that is Peter and Vanya going against each other. I do think that's Trey in lane 6, though. Now I see Peter in lane 2, and in lane 4, instead of seeing Vanya, I see Alex. So, my apologies. Allison will have the correct information for Ashland Cable, but I think they're going out of relay order. Well, we can still see a terrific lead in lane 2 and lane 4. So these will be the culminating points for the meet, because relays are 8, 4, and 2 on the scoring, and this would be tremendous if we ended up with these 12 points. Strong relays, and I do see Emily and Bev in line to go next for their portion of the 4x100 free relay. I do want to thank Ashland Cable early on, though. We're so lucky to have you take your time to come out on an evening and do 3 hours of taping, record the broadcast, so other kids and families can be interested in this sport and hopefully work on their swimming and start young and set up goals for swimming or diving. We'd love to have gymnasts turned divers and any athlete that wants a third sport, a winter sport. We'd love to have you try out for the team. We've got wonderful head coach Alan Meisner, and as we've said Coach Heather Keaveney is an amazing diving coach.
Yes, and it's certainly fun to be out here. It's part of WACA's initiative. We've been filming many different sports that we may have not covered in the past. I believe we've done a fairly decent job at swimming, but certainly trying to expand that, trying to get more of that so people can see at home. We've had gymnastics just recently, wrestling, something we were talking about before, as we see some of the wrestling people at some of these meets. So just a variety of sports to check out on the WACA-TV website and YouTube channels.
I'm seeing a group of athletes on the board now for the final swim. This is definitely Philip in lane 2. And definitely Pretty in, nope, no definite. No definite. Lane 4 is already in the water. That's probably Vanya. Oh, that is Vanya. A little bit of a guessing game for the last relays, but Anne's probably realized the lead. And legally, you are allowed to mix up the order, just not the athlete. It's got to be who's been entered, but they can go in a different sequence. And coming into the wall without a lot of screaming and yelling and excitement. 3:53, excellent time, great job. I think it might be a little understood that we've been fortunate enough to win. Lane 2, lane 4, both Ashland relays. Good job there, Philip, finishing off in Vanya. And look at that, athlete in lane 6. If that's Petit, who's just come into the wall, that's excellent showing for our relays. Nice job tonight. Well,
yeah, very close to being a 3rd place, but just fell a little short. Still 1st and 2nd. Fantastic job by this team here tonight.
So Todd, that was a heck of a lot of fun. And if you want to cap off the night and zoom in for the score, I totally understand it, because it could be a little bit of negotiating and talking going on.
Yeah. Well, certainly a fun night here at Keefe Tech. Ashland taking on Dover-Sherborn in what was a thrilling match, or thrilling meet, I should say. Again, I've been Todd Carter.
And Rhonda Grassberger.
And again, thank you all for watching. And in the words of Jake Silver, good night and go Clockers.
Aw.